and my friends joined a Pokemon Draft League. Every week we will face a new coach to determine who becomes the champion of the season. Will we make it to the top of the standings? What is going on today, and welcome to the Pokemon Draft Dynasty Draft League. This week the Elusive Roaring Moons are facing Coach Eli, the coach of the Abominable Darmanitans. We are right on the cusp of playoffs, so we really need to win this week to be able to make that jump in. Let's look at the team that's going to do just that. First, we have got Lenny the Garchomp. We're actually just bringing another Choice Scarf set this week with Rough Skin, Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Stone Edge, and Outrage. Their fairy is Florges, which means that Garchomp is probably going to 2-hit KO that most of the time unless they're max defense, but if they're max defense, then they're going to have some trouble with some of our other Pokemon. So I think Choice Garchomp is going to do a lot of work in this game by just being able to spam EQs and Dragon Claws and Outrages whenever we need to. It also is EV'd to outspeed an Adamant Dreadnought at +2, so if they are Adamant Shell Smash, Choice Scarf Garchomp will still outspeed that and be able to revenge it. So that is what we are bringing this week. Next is Booby the Gengar with the Black Sludge and Curse Body. We are sub Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, and Focus Blast. We're trying to get a sub up on a few things, the main thing being Florges, and then the rest is just good coverage for the entire team. We're already faster than most of the team. The team itself is kind of slow, so we're hoping to just get a sub up and be able to kill one, maybe two things if we are lucky, and just kind of switch around with Gengar and put on pressure throughout the entire game. Next is Kachow the Talonflame. We're carrying the heavy duty boots with Flame Body with Flamethrower, Hurricane, Roost, and U-Turn, and we are just making sure that we outspeed the entire team. It's a pretty good defensive piece to our team this week. It's mainly here to make sure that the Lando Eye can't just spam Earth Power on us, because Landorus Eye is a very scary Pokemon. The good thing is it doesn't get Rock Polish, so we don't have to worry about any +2 speed Landos, but it is still a scary thing for us to switch into. But luckily, whenever the Lando Eye does kill something, we get to go into Big Z the Iron Bundle. We have Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Freeze Dry, and U-Turn. And just like I said last week, we are running nothing but Choice Specs Modest on this Pokemon anymore, which is exactly what we're doing. We're running U-Turn because obviously they have the Volcanion, which we're not going to be able to flip turn on, so we just have U-Turn just because of that. Next is two Chainsaws, the Lokix. We are carrying the heavy duty boots with Tinted Lens with First Impression, Sucker Punch, Axe Kick, and Sword Stance. We can get an SD off pretty well against like the Dreadnought if it wants to come in on us, and then we can go Tera Fighting and get a Sword Stance off on that. If there are any Protects on the team that we scout out, we can SD instead of First Impressioning, but we always have First Impression to threaten in case the Dreadnought does get to +2/+2/+2, because that is very scary for us, because a Tera Dreadnought that can Shell Smash, in my opinion, shouldn't be allowed, and it is, and he has it, so that's going to be pretty bad for us. But we are also carrying Sucker Punch just in case we do get the First Impression read wrong. We still have Sucker Punch to pressure the rest of the team, and at +2, Sucker Punch should just straight up OHKO everything. So that's the Lokix set. And then last we have It's Just a Phase, the Gothorita. This is actually one of Eli's Pokemon. It's kind of the only reason I'm bringing it, because it used to be one of his, and I think it would be funny to try and sweep him with it. We have Eviolite, Shadow Tag with Calm Mind, Side Shock, Taunt, and Terra Blast, and we are Terra Fire on this. So mainly we're trying to trap the Florges. That's the other reason that we can go Scarf Garchomp this week, because if we can trap the Florges with this Pokemon and kill it, then Garchomp has free reign to do whatever it wants. We're just invested into bulk and trying to live and get those Calm Minds off, and we are speed creeping the Florges. That way we can Calm Mind first, and we are Psyshock just in case the Florges itself is Calm Mind. We can Psyshock and hit it on the defensive side of it, which is already weaker anyways. So Psyshock is just always better than Psychic in this specific situation. We are Taunt, so if we do see the Florges Calm Mind, we can taunt it and be faster than it, and then not have to worry about it anymore. So that is the team this week. Very quick, very easy, hoping we can pull out this win. So would you have done anything differently? If you would have, let me know in the comments below. And while you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's jump into the battle. Alright, we are going to see that they brought the Lando Eye, the Haxorus, the Decidueye, the Zoroark Hisui, the Volcanion, and the Dreadnought. Now, I'm surprised to see no Florges, and if I had to guess, I would say that the Zoroark Hisui is going to be the first thing that hits the field. So I'm going to just straight up lead my Garchomp here, because we are Scarf, we are faster than everything on the team right now. and because there is no floor gist, that means that we can just click outrage if we want to, but we can actually just lock ourselves into Dragon Claw and be fine. So we see a Decidueye lead, and I'm not convinced it's Decidueye, and Dragon Claw should be taking out the Zoroark most of the time, but we don't get that roll. I think we actually min rolled on it, and then they go for the Icy Wind, which luckily doesn't kill us, but the problem is now we are slower than it because I am calcing, you know, that this is not a Scarf Zoroark, obviously, because we are faster than it, and now we're going to be slower than it because Zoroark is base 105 or something, and Garchomp's base 103. So I need to switch this Garchomp out so we don't die, because the Scarf Garchomp is still pretty valuable in this game. So we go into Talonflame expecting another Icy Wind, but they actually make a double and they go into their Lando Eye. Now I just want damage off on this thing. If Talonflame has to go down to this Lando Eye, then Talonflame has to go down to the Lando Eye, because then we can get in the Iron Bundle, which is going to be really, really good for us. So I just want to go for Hurricane here and get some chip off, and they go for the U-turn, and then they're going to go right into their Dreadnought, because why would they not? So we stay in, and we're just going to click U-turn here. Obviously, I think they're going to Shell Smash, which is not great for our team, but we have ways around it, and they Protect. So we see the Protect off rip. I think revealing that to us was really good. I think maybe he was scared of like a Power Herb Solar Beam or something, but we're not carrying that. So I'm just going to U-turn again and go right into my Gengar as they Shell Smash. I had a pretty tough time choosing what to go into, because I could have went straight into Lokix and pressured the first impression immediately, but if he did click Stone Edge there, predicting that, then we were in a pretty rough spot, and I think Gengar was a fine middle ground play. And we're just going to see the Tera pop off there, Tera Water, and we're going to see the Gengar go down to the Liquidation, and we didn't get the Curse Body proc, which is kind of rough for us. Now, like I said, the Garchomp should be faster than Adamant Dreadnought, and here's where we're going to figure out if they are Adamant or not, because if they aren't, we're going to have a kind of tough time. So we click the Outrage as they click Protect. We're just going to click Outrage again, and we are going to see that they are not Adamant, they are Jolly. So they do outspeed the Scarf Garchomp, which is pretty bad for us. And now we have to go into Lokix and pressure with our first impression. And we've seen the Protect, so I'm guessing he's just going to Protect again. And I'm going to Sword Stance on that Protect, because after we do that, Sucker Punch will kill this thing. And at +2, like I said, we should be killing most of the entire team. So we do Terrasilize just in case they decided to go for the Stone Edge. We would live it. And they actually switched out on our Sucker Punch right into Landorus Eye. So we are actually just going to Axe Kick here, because I don't want to risk like a sub Landorus Eye or something like that. So I'm just going to get some damage off, and we're actually faster. They are actually a pretty defensive Landorus Eye, but it doesn't even matter because that just straight up killed. So that was great. We do take some Rocky Helmet chip, but that is fine with me. And then they send out the Haxorus. And I'm scared of like a Dragon Dance. I'm scared of a sub, so I'm just going to click Axe Kick again. That way I'm not playing the Sucker Punch mind games, and I'm keeping my Sucker Punch PP for later on in the game. And they do hit the Dragon Claw. We don't die to it, which is great. And then we miss the Axe Kick, and we go down. Axe Kick is 90% accurate, by the way, but if you miss it, you take 50% damage. So that sucks for us. That sucks really, really bad. But we are able to get an opportunity to go into our Iron Bundle here, and we can just click Freeze Dry. And they're going to switch out into the Volcanion, which was kind of confusing to me. I think if they saved HP on the Volcanion, they always win this game 100% from here. But because we got that crit, we're back in it, because now our next Freeze Dry is going to kill. And obviously if they saved HP, the crit wouldn't have mattered. So we kill the Volcanion, and they go back into their Zoroark, which I think this is just them sacking the rest of their team off to Iron Bundle, because everything dies to Iron Bundle at this point. There's not a single Pokemon on the team. Decidueye dies, Tera Water, Dreadnought dies, the Lando Eye dies, and the Zoroark dies. So I'm just assuming that Bundle's coming in and finally putting in work and just cleaning up the rest of the team. And how wrong was I? Because they go for Focus Blast. And like I said last week, we are Rick, and people hit Focus Blast against us, even though we miss Axe Kicks. I'm not salty at all. You can't hear that I'm salty. But we figure out they're actually Modest Scarf Zoroark, which is crazy, because the first interaction between the Garchomp and the Zoroark should have given me a ton of information off rip, but because I was Scarf Garchomp, I didn't get that information, because Modest Zoroark is slower than Garchomp. But It's just, it sucked for us. So we didn't get that information, and they ended up being Scarf on the Zoroark, and our bundle went down because of it, and I just went right into the Gothorita. And this was confusing. I told Eli after the game, ghost types can't be trapped by a shadow tag, but I think he thought that they could. So he just stayed in and kept clicking Focus Blast, of which he hit most of them, by the way. And it just was pretty much over. There wasn't a lot that I can do. My only hope is to get this thing set up, get it to kill a few things, and then get some Hurricane Confusions with Talonflame. So that is what we're going for. We got the all mines up, and now we just go ahead and kill the Zoroark with Psyshock, and he goes into his Dreadnought, which doesn't kill us, and we get the kill with Psyshock too. So that's great. That's one less Pokemon that the Talonflame has to win against, because Talonflame can beat Decidueye. The problem is Talonflame beating Haxorus. So the Haxorus is going to come out and kill us with Dragon Claw, and we're going to go into our Decidueye and just click Hurricane. He switches into his Decidueye. I think I said I switched into Decidueye. We switched into Talonflame and clicked Hurricane. They switched into Decidueye to eat it, and then we just flamethrowed it down to kill it. And now is the moment of truth. Can we hit the Hurricane and get the confusion? No shot we can, because this game sucked for me. The Axe Kick miss into the Focus Blast hitting. I don't think somebody has missed a Focus Blast against me yet. I think Eli was the first person to hit Focus Blast against me, and it's not even like only one person has brought it. Like 5 people have brought Focus Blast against me in 7 weeks, and it took that long for somebody to miss one. So it was just an unlucky game. If we hit that Axe Kick early, man, on the Haxorus, one, that doesn't even matter because Haxorus is dead, so the last turn wouldn't even matter. And the Gothorita actually would have won the end game, which is pretty weird to think about. But not only that, the Lokix would have won because the Lokix was at +1 and Sucker Punch killed the rest of the team, or Lokix was faster than the rest of the team. I think Lokix was faster than everything but Zoroark, and Zoroark had no choice but to attack us because they were choiced. So we would have been able to Sucker Punch against that 100% of the time without ever having to worry about a substitute or anything. So that was just, it was just a sucky game for us, and that is going to knock us out of playoffs officially. That is a very sucky way to go to playoffs. I need a sucky counter on the screen right now. It's been like 4 days and I'm still upset about it. But I'm not I'm not all the way upset. I am a little relieved that I don't have to play with this team for 4 more weeks, because like I said in my last video, I just don't think I fit the playstyle. I don't think I fit the playstyle for this team, and I will be going back to my old ways here very soon. So I think that my BBR video actually should have went up Saturday, 2 days ago. I was accepted into the BBR Summer Scramble. So if you want to see that video, it's going to be linked at the end of this video. And thank you for sitting around this season, for those of you that did, even though I lost almost every single game. Hopefully we end up doing a little bit better in a little bit of our other leagues, because we have a few coming up. So keep an eye out for that content, and come watch next week's game. Next week's game is going to be a fun one, because I ain't bringing a single viable set. We are going to bring meme after meme after meme, and we're going to just have some fun with the last game, because it doesn't matter for me, and I don't even think it matters for Paldea, who is our week 8 opponent. So I am going to leave you guys at that. If you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.